going to show you guys how I got this fall makeup look. It's super easy to do. I just messed around with some eyeshadows. I'm not the greatest at like editing, so if my skills are not on points, sorry. If you notice, I don't really do any eyeshadow makeup looks, so this is gonna be like my first one that I'm actually gonna walk you guys through on how I did it. So I hope you like it. So let's get into it. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and try to do something. I don't know where my lashes are. Matter of fact, I don't actually have like a big pack. I never actually had a big pack of lashes because I rarely ever wear lashes, which is also another reason why I kind of stopped doing eyeshadow, because I just feel like it brings the whole look together. But I'm gonna have to do something that I feel like looks decent with just mascara today. So let's get into it. For today's palette, I'm going to use the Jaclyn Hill. This is the Volume 2 palette, and if you forgot what this looks like, this is still one of my all-time favorite palettes. It's like colorful, but not colorful. It still has enough neutrals, and I feel like there's just so many different looks you could do with this. This is one of my favorite palettes of all time. I think somebody got this for me as a gift because I really wanted it. Let's see how this goes. All right, so let me just take a random blending brush. I don't know what kind of brush this one is. It just says it's from Morphe, so that tells me that's from a brush kit. I think I'm gonna go in with the shade Perfectionist, which is this little neutral tone right here. This is just gonna be the color that we use to like blend out all those other deeper brown shades. And I'm just gonna wing it, honestly. Like, I really don't have a plan in mind for what I'm doing. I kind of just go along with it, you know? I'm just gonna pop this in. This one doesn't need to be perfect. I'm just gonna kind of build it up a little bit. Kind of like flick it out a little bit. Okay, so now that we have something like that, we can move on to a little bit of a deeper shade. Okay, I'm going to take another Morphe brush. This one is from the same brush kit, so again, it doesn't have a number on it. And I'm going to take Comfort Zone, which is literally the shade right next to it. It's, which one is it? This one right here, that little brown. And just deepen it up just a little bit. This is the way I personally like to do cut creases. I just feel like I have more control as to like how well it kind of gets pulled together. I don't know what I'm saying. Let me just do what I need to do. Okay, and I'm just gonna put that right in the crease. I feel like neutrals generally blend a lot easier than colorful shadows do, so I feel like even if you make a mistake, you can't really tell, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. I think I'm gonna go in with this little elf brush I have, and then I'm gonna take one of my favorite shades from this palette. It's called Homebody. It's this like really nice, warmer, deeper brown shade. I told you I love me some warm browns, especially around this time of year, because now it's like almost fall. I can't wait. I don't know, I just love this time of year. Like, it starts to get a little bit more cloudy. It's a little bit more cooler, except for today, because we're still like early September, so it's like still almost 80 degrees right now. And it's about to thunderstorm, so they say. We're gonna go ahead and cut the crease now. I'm gonna go ahead and just take any concealer you have. I'm just gonna take my little elf concealer a little bit and just like, that's honestly more than enough to cut my crease. God bless. This always gets me nervous because I feel like it has to be perfect. And then whatever flat brush you have, I'm gonna just take this one. I think this one is from, this is for BH Cosmetics. Oh my god. It's a little flat concealer brush like this, so any brush you have is gonna work. And then just go ahead and do what you need to do. I'm trying to get this on camera as much as possible, but I like to place some of the excess on the lid, and then whatever I have left over, I'm not gonna do it like all the way throughout the lid. I'm kind of just gonna do like a halfway cut crease, I guess, if that makes sense. All right, so now that we have something like this, I'm gonna go ahead and start laying down some of the color. I think I'm gonna just keep it like a nice matte shade today. I think I'm gonna just do like an all matte look, even though there's some pretty shimmers in here. No, you know what? I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna just keep it matte, and I'm just gonna take the lightest shade in the palette, which is this one right here. It's a nice matte shade in the color Certified, and I'm just gonna place that all over my lid with the little flat brush that I have. The same kit that I'm using from Morphe. And I'm just gonna tap, tap, tap. See, so now that we have this whole thing going on, I'm gonna go back towards the end, take an even deeper brown shade, and then add a lot more depth into that. So this is one of my favorite brushes to use. I believe this one is a Wet n Wild one I have from like, I don't even know how long. But I'm gonna take, ooh, you know what? Honestly, freak it. I think I'm gonna go with this really, really deep burgundy purple shade right here. It ties, it looks so well together, and it's in the shade Crazy. And I'm gonna take a little bit of that and then start to deepen up the very, very outer corner. Be super careful. These are very, very pigmented as well. So I'm gonna take it very, very lightly and kind of just start going like this on this side. And kind of like start working on the outer V like this. And then like that, like this. And I'm not going to take this all the way in either. I'm just going to kind of take it like halfway, but mostly concentrating that on the outer part. And now we start having something like that. Then I'm just going to take this other brush that I used earlier for like one of the deeper browns, and I'm just going to not take any product on it yet, but kind of start to kind of push and fade that in to that white color that we put on the lid. See, I'm just fading it in. Again, not adding any product. I'm just doing this. And this is what I'm saying, how the colors tie so well together. The same blending brush that I used earlier, I'm going to go back in with the shade Perfectionist, with this, which is that exact same transition color that I used in the very beginning. Very lightly, very little bit of product too, and just kind of go over everything just to kind of diffuse any harsh lines or anything. I'm not putting so much pressure when I'm holding the brush either. Very, very lightly, which is why I'm holding my brush like this, and I'm just using like my fingers to kind of diffuse it. I'm just kind of keeping the whole entire eye matte. I mean, if you want to do shimmer, you can, but I just feel like doing a matte look today. And this is how we're looking. See, I feel like something like this looks so good if you were to add on lashes, but I'm going to just load up on my mascara today, and hopefully it looks good. Okay, so I just finished doing the other eye, so I'm going to do a winged eyeliner. Again, just to kind of make my lashes like look thicker and just kind of tie the look together. So my favorite liquid eyeliner is this one from Essence. I think Essence needs to sponsor me at this point because I feel like they're so underrated. So Essence, if you see this. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take their liquid eyeliner. This is the 24 Ever Ink Eyeliner in Intense Black. Look. I like it. For $3.99. It's also very, very easy to work with. I feel like if you're not too familiar or too, I don't know, experienced with doing wing eyeliner, I don't know what the other word I would use is. But I feel like an option like this is super, super easy to do. It's super easy to handle as opposed to getting a traditional liquid liner like this. This one is a NYX one. If you have one like this, that's going to be very difficult for you to do if you're a beginner. Just saying. These are very, very easy. And again, it's $3. That's it. So let me go ahead and do this. I'm going to start by drawing out the wing itself. That's my easiest thing. So, and I start off pretty small before I like go ahead and go crazy with it because you could fix it if you start off like this. If you do a long, long line, you're going to give yourself a whole headache and it's just going to become a mess. So like that. And I'm just going to drag it halfway like that and start filling it in. And then I start fixing as I get closer to the inner of the eye. And then any gaps I see like in between like the lashes, I fix. And I kind of just take the pen on its side and kind of almost lay it down. So that way you don't end up with like this really big thick line. And then this is what I'm saying, like You could leave it like that, but I'm going to go a little bit more thicker. So I'm going to start from like closer to the tip. Not at the very tip. Closer to the tip like this. Not me holding my breath while I do this, but you have to. You have to. Take a breather and then fix it. I did end up having to go out a little bit longer because when I did this, I came out a little bit bigger. So I had to even it out, but it's okay. So for mascara, I'm gonna switch up today. I know. Usually I go in with this mascara. This is my favorite one, but I also forgot about this one. This one is also from Maybelline. It's the Firework one, and this one is the one I actually have that's waterproof. The only thing I don't like about the other one is I don't have a waterproof one, and I do notice that it tends to flake a little bit, but that's me with any non-waterproof mascara. So this one is pretty good. Let me go ahead and curl my lashes. Go to town. The brush looks like this if you've never seen this one before, and it's very, very good. So I highly recommend this one too. Maybelline always comes through with their mascaras. I hope I have enough. Oh my god, am I running out of this one? So I'm just going to finish up the eye look with some eyeliner and then smoke out a little bit of the lower lash line. This is my favorite eyeliner so far. This one is a Morphe one, and it's in the shade Truth or Dare. So you get one shimmery side and then one matte black side. And I'm just going to take the Truth side. That's the matte one. I'm going to go ahead and tightline the upper lash line. I don't really tightline my upper lash line. I'm not going to lie. That's only because I have my contacts in. And sometimes it becomes irritating. But for this video, I'm going to do it. I'm just gonna smoke out the lower lash line with the shade Homebody, which is this brown right here, and I'm gonna take that on a little dense Morphe brush. This one is an M431, and then just pop that right underneath. A little bit more of a fluffier brush. I think I'm gonna take a Morphe M433 brush, and then I think I'm gonna take Perfectionist, which is the same transition shade we used earlier, and then kind of just blend that out. Get to brighten up the inner corners. So I'm gonna take this shade Certified, which is the one that I have on my lid. And where's my brush? Same brush that I actually use on the lid. Pop that right in here. Brighten everything up by putting some mascara on my lower lash line. I thought that the purple that I use is more of like, I thought it was going to turn out more burgundy, but it actually came out more purpley. But it's okay. Like I said, it does tie into the look pretty well, I feel. And yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching. Per usual. Okay, bye.